Welcome everyone for another race on the channel. This time in SRS we are driving the Barber car for AC. This is quite an interesting car to drive. I don't know how this compares to other versions of the car, like how this compares to the version in AC, the version in iRacing or any other simulator that has the skippies. But in AC this car drives, how should I word it? It slides a lot and the brakes aren't really that smooth, so the most that you can push down on it is like halfway. So because of that and the way the car has about 5, maybe 6 gears, I don't even know it for sure at the time of doing this recording. This means that you have to be very precise with the car. You cannot allow mistakes and you have to give room to the other drivers. I'm not trying to sound like Fernando Alonso. I did my Alonso moments in one of the Road America races. I'm not trying to say that you have to be cautious in every single corner, but with this car you cannot allow to make mistakes. So, where are we driving? Laguna Seca, you know, the one with the corkscrew? Oh yeah, you might want to watch out for every single corner in that case. And what's cool about this combo is that this is quite on time with how the in iRacing the Formula V just came out not long ago. So I know the two cars are completely different and stuff like that. But seeing the Formula V's here in Laguna Seca in iRacing and then have a Barber race at the same circuit in a different simulator, you just cannot not see the similarities between the two. Obviously I don't have much confidence in this car, seeing how I just jumped into it and never drove it on this circuit. Yes, you're gonna hear this so many times in my SRS videos that, oh, this is a car track combo that I never tried out. I might have to ease up the pedal a bit, like the brake pressure in the car. There we go, a 150, and that puts me into P2 in a 95% AI. So I'm quite pleased with this.
The car behind's pitting, P14.
Obviously it wasn't enough.
Floor it, green, green, green.
Somewhat of an okay-ish start. Plenty of
Car on your left.
space on the outside.
Clear left. Start's okay, we're still in this.
Space was left on the inside, but I'm not planning to go for it just now. This is only lap 1, and judging by the qualifying and practice sessions, I'm a bit skeptical.
On your right. All clear on the right.
Example rider. Ooh, that looks a bit worrying.
Yellow flag, watch out. Incident in turn 11. Clear on your right. On your right. Clear on your right.
Thankfully car pulls off the circuit.
Car on your right. Still there. Clear on your right. P12.
There's gonna be one on the
Car on your
inside.
right. Hold your line. All clear on the right. All right. Easy. Hold your line. Clear on your right.
Really? Outside there?
Car right. Still there. Clear right.
Gonna let him by.
Okay, stay with him. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. The leader has just done a 142.3. P14.
Wow, they are gaining a lot in front. I might be a sitting duck here. Also, so much for tire blanket. The tires are already back to cold temperatures.
Your front tyres are cold.
Ooh, another 3 right there. Last time it didn't work out well.
Yellow flag, caution. That lap time was 147.3. That's your quickest lap in this session. Sector 1 is 2.1 off the pace.
Damn it.
Yellow flag, watch out. Incident in turn 3.
Sorry about that. Because of me, he's gonna lose more time. Bye. Really, in originality of his mistake, I had nothing to do with that. But because he had to brake and let me by, he's gonna lose a lot more than if he would have. Thankfully, I did not hit anything, so that shouldn't count as an incident point in my case. However, he did hit, I assume, the tire wall there, so that is gonna be
The gap gap in front has increased. It's now about 8.0. That's a new fastest lap for Castro, 142.0.
Fuck. And just the final corner, I cannot seem to get it down with this car.
You're locking your front into turn 11. The guy behind's catching. The gap's now 1.8 seconds. They're faster than us into the Andretti hairpin, P13.
Oh, you mean this hairpin? They are faster than us in the hairpin where you previously spin out. Okay, thanks. That's really useful info. So where is he? The job done, I bet.
The car behind's pitting now.
Oh boy, that's never a good sign if one car has to pit in such a short race. Yeah, I would assume that turned into a DNF.
You're locking your left front into the corkscrew.
Fuck. Alright, gap behind is pretty big, gap in front is also pretty big. I just have to drive home this thing, I think. I don't really feel like I'm gonna catch up to anyone at this rate, unfortunately, because this was not a small field. I'm just not competitive enough for the field. It's unfortunately that double-edged sword of having only one split. Then again, I didn't do enough practice either, I feel.
10 minutes to go, that's 10 minutes left. Halfway home, fuel looks good, there's an incident in turn 6.
Oh, a driver from P2 dropping down to P7.
There's an incident in Rainy Curve.
Rainiker is not that far from here, but then again the others would have catched up to the car anyway at this point.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Alright, 9 more minutes. I'm looking up a lot with this now, which is not good.
You're locking your left front, braking for turn 11.
Yeah. I wish there was an option to turn off messages about lockups, because I can feel it myself as well. And I have data that shows it. So, what's the point of confirmation with audio? Or at least I understand the confirmation
has
rate.
Increased to 12 seconds.
But at the same time, I wish there was an option to turn it off. Probably there is one. There's probably one. Then again, there would be a 50-50 chance that Jim wouldn't understand it when I'm saying it to him. Don't talk about lockups.
Incident in the corkscrew. Left front, 54. Front right, 54. Left rear, 63. Rear right, 64 Celsius.
Thank you, Jim, for telling me the tire temperatures.
You're locking your left front going into the corkscrew.
Ouch. Don't see flat spots on the tire, but I do
You're
see
locking
some.
your front left wheel.
Shut up, Jim.
Engine looks okay.
Shut up, please. Shut up.
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
It really gets annoying from time to time. So I don't see lockup marks on the tire, but I do see wear on the tire, which is a bit odd because according to the graphics, it's not even done into the yellow zone. It's just one of those races once again where I cannot really compete. Even if I make mistakes like this, the next car behind is still like, what, 12, 13, 15 seconds behind? And that is just the pace difference, even if I make stupid mistakes like that in the previous lap. But that is what you get with SRS. And I'm not saying that as a negative thing. It's just what comes with the nature of, oh, you have to find a big grid. Or rather, if you want to have a big grid race, you have to look for it. Because otherwise, unfortunately, there are many cases where the grid is just small. I had a race at Calabogie. I hope I pronounced that one right. Amazing circuit, but it was with the Audi TT-RS, which is... Oh, and the race was open setup, so you could tweak the car. Now I was once again using the default setup of the car, which meant that it really didn't work well with the car. I was lapped because that race was 1 hour long, but the field itself was only made up of 6 cars, and the only place I made up during that race was because the car ahead pulled off to do the pit stop and the D-pad on the wheel was broken, so he couldn't set up his pit stop. And the way SRS is worded, I guess, I don't know what would be the best term for it. In the regulations, it's clearly mentioned with an exclamation mark that chat is not allowed. Now this is super vague, keep in mind, because what kind of chat are we talking about? Is it the in-game chat, chat before or after the race, or Discord chat? I was so lost with that I had to ask around others who also do SRS races to confirm for me how it actually is, and even they had to think about it a bit. So yeah, you either look for a race with big grids and you either good at it or not, or you painstakingly look for a race only to realize that you're gonna race only 2 other cars on track. I'm not exaggerating, one of the Prague races that I didn't upload was made up of 3 cars. And I've got the same point as if the field was made up of 10 cars. And because it was a single split, I got more points than if it would be a second or third split or anything like that. So, in fairness, it's kinda like how Forza Horizon 4 had the progression system. You could finish last, but with higher difficulty, and gain more from it than if you would win with a lower competition. It's a bit fucked up. But it's free. And it works well. I don't know how many races to this point I have done in SRS, and it genuinely works well. The ping is great. The small battles that I from time to time manage to get are actually good. There are races like this where absolutely nothing happens around me, but just going back to the replay of the race and looking at what happened, you know, at certain point of the race, and putting the puzzle together is quite nice. Now I believe the leader might be on the last lap. Hopefully he is. And you see, competition is still happening during the race. It's just not around me. I'm not on the pace. I'm a backmarker, unfortunately. Alright, leader is on final lap, which means that I will have one more. I don't want to get lapped, and I finally get around driving the car without any major problems. Also, it's in the regulations that you cannot stop on circuit. People still do. Alright, across the finish line for one more lap of driving around. Going under the shell sign. Should I pull up to the pits? Nah, not gonna do that because, well, I just say it, I don't know where my pits is. It might not be after the finish line. But anyways, I'm the last one to cross the line because the one behind me got lapped. I believe I gained 1 position maybe from the entire race, or throughout the entire race. Here we go, final corner. Unfortunately, some of this race was just snore fest, but hopefully it was at least a bit entertaining for you guys. 384 is my current rating. Fortunately, it didn't change much. Out of 18 drivers, 3 counts as DNF. And I would say that from those, 2 didn't show up for the race whatsoever, maybe 3. But here I am, P13. James's favorite number. Mine too, so yeah, that to go for. And no incident point.